Welcome back to Lines at Lunch. Again, no Mr. Ryan Sura on the show today. If it wasn't for him, I would have been up so much money yesterday, boys. So much money. But he took some of my coins back and gave them back to the book. So that's unfortunate. But today, vacation day for him. I heard he's on the golf course playing Royal Montreal. Congratulations, Ryan. God, you're having a great other than the money side, you're having a great Friday, it sounds like. I'm headed to the course this afternoon, fellas. I know Sandy said you were. Abe, what's the deal this weekend?
Oh, once 5 o'clock hits, I got to be on a golf course today too.
Yeah, we're all golfing today. Hell,
Yeah.
I don't care what I shoot. I'm just looking to get out there today.
Yeah,
But yeah, I would have been able to pay off a lot of bills if Ryan was right yesterday, but it's fine. We'll hold him account. I was also wrong, but I'm just gonna say because of Ryan.
yeah, but I said so. It's because I tweeted at him saying that I would. He had a video responding to us chirping him yesterday, and he said he wasn't fading me, he was fading Sandy, which was mean. But regardless, I was like, okay, well, the kind of guy I am, I'm going to tail your plays today, and they both did not hit.
I tailed both as well.
I thought the Rangers looked good. They just didn't kind of close it out. There's a few nice chances they had late in the third. I watched pretty intently all of the third. Tampa put by one that was kind of meh, and next thing you know, they're up in the series, and I kind of think Colorado is going to run them over if they do get there, because they're going to be through a lot getting to that point. But I know the three of us here aren't the biggest of hockey guys in terms of analysis, so we should probably cut it there. But I was 3-0 yesterday. Sandy, we felt good heading into through the afternoon. How did you finish the day?
I went 2-1 yesterday. So I had the Dodgers money line. I messaged in our Slack channel, like, that is, Dodgers are dead. They were down 5-0. And then did you guys see that two strike walk they had on Trey Turner?
Yes.
Did you see? Abe, you for sure. Yeah, you guys for sure saw. Dude, they like fucking classic Tony La Russa, eh? That's like Abe. That's our guy, bro.
He's
1-2
so drunk.
count. He's literally, he was probably doing fucking Knob Creek before the game, a couple of drinks. But yeah, they walked Trey Turner, and then Muncy had a tank. So they ended up coming back. They won, I think 11-8 or 11-9. It was a high scoring game. So I hit that there. And then Philly's money line plus 150 against the Brewers yesterday. It was pretty sweaty at the beginning. I'm not going to lie. There was a couple of bases loaded chances for both teams early on that didn't convert. It was 1-1 through like 4 innings. And then Philly just had a couple of big innings, ended up winning 8-4 or 8-5, I believe. Plus money winner on the road. Zach Eflin looked pretty good. Burns looked terrible. 2 bad starts for Burns. I faded him against the Padres when I had the over 6.5, and he let up a bunch of runs. And then Burns, I think he had like 80 pitches through 3 innings in this game yesterday. Crazy, man. I mean, they didn't hit him up very hard either. He only gave like 1 hit through 4 innings, but he just walked guys. You don't see, he had a career high in walks. I think he had 5 walks yesterday, which is by far the worst he's had in his career. So good for me. I was on the Phillies money line, cashed that there. And then Red Sox Angels over 8 runs did not hit. That was a loss, a little nightcap action. The Angels did break their losing streak, but they fell 1 short of pushing that over. Total of 7 runs at the end of the game. So lost that there, but overall pretty good day, other than me taking the Rangers money line, which negated pretty much all my winnings yesterday. I felt good on the show. I was sharp, but outside of that, not too lucky, but yeah, we'll take it.
It's okay. Yeah, we'll get back to it. We got the NBA today, which is great. I'm excited for. But I wanted to go back to the Dodgers thing. Did you see the lip reading of Muncy after he hit the bomb? He was what
Did you call him a bitch or something?
Yeah,
He says, fuck your walk, or you fucking walked him with 2 strikes. Fuck you, bitch, or something like that. It was pretty vulgar.
Did you also see La Russa the post game interview he had?
Yeah, he stood by it. Yeah,
I didn't see the interview. I just saw a picture of him, and he looked hilarious.
He looked wasted, bro. He looked hammered.
He was like, they're really because he's like, they're really talking about that. He's like, the people are really talking about it. It's like, yeah, like, dude, no shit, they're talking about it. It's like, how could you not? But his explanation was so weird, because he basically made it sound like Turner's a better 2-strike hitter than he is in any other part of the count, is basically how he explained it. I'm like, there's no way that's true. Like, maybe he really bears down and like gives is it solid like contact wise, but I just didn't really understand that.
There was actually a stat too. Sorry to cut you off, Abe. I think the stat was like La Russa said it was like a better matchup lefty on lefty.
Right.
But in fact, the pitcher was like actually better against right-handers than he was left-handed hitters. Like some guy put up the advanced analytics, and like it was like like a huge difference. Like left-handed hitters hit way better off of this lefty. I don't know who the pitcher was for the White Sox, but that was what La Russa said in the presser. And then there's actually a hilarious video of a fan after they walked Trey Turner. They literally screamed, "He has 2 strikes, Tony," and the hot mic picked it up. And the guy just sounds fucking furious. Like he's for sure slamming drinks in the crowd, just chirping La Russa. It's a great clip.
What were you gonna say, Abe?
Actually, it just doesn't make any sense. It's so old school baseball too. Just
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's no school baseball. No one does that.
Yeah,
Never seen that.
I don't.
I would get like maybe 2-0 or 3-0. 2-0 would still kind of be crazy.
Right. Even then, I'd be fine. Like, right?
Yeah.
Like if it was 2-0,
I mean, Trey Turner's, yeah.
1-2, it's just kind of hilarious. It's like he was doing something else during the at bat and was like, "Hey guys, what are we doing here? Like, let's walk him."
Yeah.
Tony, it's 1-2. He's like, I don't care. We shouldn't have even thrown to him in the first place. You idiots. He should have been. Where's my bench coach? Why wasn't he paying attention? Let's just walk him. So, the other thing we have to discuss that I forgot to mention after we were done with the Rangers Lightning discussion was that knockout at the end of the game on the way to the parking lot. If you haven't seen it, we tweeted it out. Every time I see, like I was saying to Gav as soon as I got in, I was like, "Gav, did you see this?" And then I sent it, and he was immediately like, "Oh, I gotta post this on the Owner's Box account." And I'm like, "Dude, this isn't really like your typical fight. This is just a complete
Assault.
Yeah, like assault. This guy needs to be arrested. This isn't a fight. This is just a scumbag."
Like the other guy had no clue, no chance to fight back. And it was just a clean as left as you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Like my first thought was that guy for sure was kind of chirping him or saying something. Like you don't just smack a guy like out of the complete left hook from nowhere.
But that's the thing, is that like no matter what the guy's saying, as soon as that guy does that, he has to be thinking to himself, like, what am I doing? Why did I do that? There's no scenario where you should get to that point.
The second he did that, he was probably like, "Holy shit, what did I just do?"
Yeah.
And reports where he got arrested within like seconds after that happening. Like they were all over him.
That was the thing, was the footage I was watching. It went for like 2 minutes long, the original footage, and I didn't really see much of anything. Because I thought maybe it'd show him getting like somebody chasing him down or him getting arrested, but I didn't see it. But yeah, I did hear that he was. So I'm kind of happy to hear that, because those, I don't know, I've never been in a fight in my life. So I'm not a big like watch fists hit faces guy. And in those kinds of situations, like those ones make me uncomfortable. Like the Sons in 4 guy, thoroughly enjoyed that. That was funny.
Yeah,
Nobody
that guy
got
rocks.
really that badly hurt, but it was hilarious. I enjoy those, but that one last night made me just uncomfortable. I couldn't watch it more than just like once.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we start? Let's start in the NBA. Game 4 tonight in Boston. We talked about it at length yesterday. It's nice to be feeling as if this series is like moving along, and we've got one night in between. That's good. I prefer that. I don't want to sit around for 2 days waiting for a game. But we'll have Friday, and then we'll have Monday for this series. So we'll be back to give some picks for Monday, which is good. I've been really good in basketball, or really good in the NBA finals so far. So excited to get some picks out today. But the Warriors are in need of like some energy, a bounce back. We saw the Celtics bounce back really well after game 2. So can the Warriors do it here? Sandy, do you want to start? I think you have a you like here.
Yeah. I wrote a preview on this game yesterday. I as well have been pretty good in the NBA with you there, T-Mac. We hit game 3 pretty well, but in game 4 for me, when looking at this game, I am on the Celtics -4 for 1 unit at Caesars -110. The reason I like this, and this is kind of what I wrote in my preview, is the Steph injury. Like, who's going to play for sure, but one of the key pointers for me is the physicality, the lack of physicality we saw from the Warriors in game 3, and then all the physicality you saw from the Celtics. They dominated in that fourth quarter and closed that game out, right? So I think they are, the key to victory for both teams is who can be more physical. And I think Steph's injury is a liability of the Warriors on the defensive end of the floor, where I think, the guards of the Celtics will be going at, Steph, taking him to the rack and actually trying to get easier buckets on him. But I like the Warriors with this number. The Warriors are 1-6 and 1 ATS in the last 8 games against Boston, which is a big nugget for me. I know Warriors are great off a loss. I saw a nugget this morning. I don't think they've lost all playoffs after a loss. And it goes back to the regular season as well. But for me, I think this Warriors team they're beat up and they're going to be tired from that last game 3. And I think the Celtics with the home crowd, all the energy. If they can continue that physicality, as I said, I think the Celtics will get us an easy win here. And it's weird to say that against a Warriors team who's been here, who has the experience and has been doing it, but I like the Celtics for a unit at -4 here. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I'm seeing, a lot of people like the Warriors at that number, and I don't blame them. But for me, from what I've looked at and the number I just mentioned about the ATS in the last 8 games, I'm going to take Boston at -4 here at home.
Yeah, the Celtics were big on the glass too. Like that was my expectation coming to the series, that they'd be able to dominate on the glass. They got a lot of second chance points in game 3. So if that continues, that's going to be tough for Golden State. They definitely need to be better on the boards too and limiting those second chance opportunities. So I would say I don't have a play on the side or the total, but I would definitely lean towards the Celtics. It's a tough environment for them. I mean, the Golden State made that pretty clear in their post-game press conferences, how much they didn't enjoy playing in Boston. So I'm going to go to a prop, and one that I've already hit once in this series. I'm looking at Jaylen Brown under 24.5 points. Bet Rivers is best place I could get at -113. Other places were a little bit more juiced to like -120, -125. So this was a really good price. This number, 24.5, he's 15-6 to the under in the playoffs. Like that is significant. That is a very, very good record to the under. I had the under in game 1 of this series, and that hit. But after he goes over this number, which he did in game 3, he had 27 points in game 3. He's 4-1 to the under that following game. So there's a lot of seesaw with this Celtics team, and there's a lot of seesaw with Jaylen Brown's performance when it comes to his point total. Last game 3 coming off a 56% shooting night, including 50% from deep. He was really efficient, one of his most efficient games of the postseason. But again, I can't forget the fact that I really think Draymond Green's going to bounce back well. And I mentioned it previewing game 3 that Draymond's been guarding Jaylen Brown ever since game 1. So I like Draymond to have a bounce back game here, especially, staying on the floor, avoiding foul trouble, being a little bit smarter, but still being able to play his game, which is one of the best defenders in the NBA. So I really like the under on Jaylen Brown tonight. I still think the Celtics can find success, of course, with a number this big from other places or from Brown himself. He can still put up 20 points, and we're still going to safely cruise to this under. So 15 in the playoffs to the under, I'm going to head back to that. So
yeah,
the under.
I like that play, T-Mac. I think, I don't open the prop sheet up and I go, oh, under. I'm looking for an under, but you deep in the numbers. I respect the play. I think, what do you have? 17 in the first quarter last game. Like, obviously that's not replicable. I don't think so. Yeah, I think that's a
3-point attempts. Like he's not, I don't think
56% shooting. You said too. That's very, very good.
Yeah. 8 of 6, 9 of 16. He was in game 3.
So yeah, I'm going to take a flyer on that with you as well.
Dave, do you want to speak to this game? Are you going to ride with me again today?
Yeah. That's what I do. I'm team T-Mac. Everyone knows that. So whatever T-Mac takes, Avery Shedney will be on the same side, because I wouldn't be a good friend if I didn't do that. And I think the Celtics just win the next 2 games. I'm going to say it.
I know. I kind of feel that too.
I haven't watched much. But I thought the Celtics are just a really good team, and just ability to get it done.
That would make me very happy as someone who has been screaming from the hills about them. But I have one more play in this game. It's also a prop. It's a Warriors prop. I'm on Draymond Green over 5.5 assists. Has a bit of juice, -125 for 1 unit at Caesars. I was telling you guys before the show, but he's had 5 or more assists in 9 of the last 10 games. I know that's half an assist under the number here. But I do think after last game, he had it's got to be the worst playoff game of his career, easily, the one he just played last game. So I think we're expecting a bounce back from him here. I know you were talking about possibly taking his PRA, T-Mac. I don't know if you locked that in or not, but I do like Draymond Green to have over 5.5 assists tonight. Just looking for a bounce back spot for him. I think he's going to be ready to play. He'll be physical, and he'll be dishing the ball to the shooters, obviously, in the Warriors. So I'd like him to go over 5.5 tonight for a unit.
Yeah, I was looking at his PRAs just because they need more on the glass from him too. I don't mind this too much. Chris, you made some money yesterday. That's good to hear.
Good for you, Chris. You must have taken the Lightning last night, huh?
No, he said he made some money from you guys yesterday, except you, Ave. ..
I didn't have a great day. I had an okay day. Not a great day though.
Yeah, we had a good afternoon. It was Levi again on the handles on Twitter. We were talking this morning that we thought Sandy was the one that tweeted that.
No, you got to be shitting me. You think I would ever do that shit? Levi did it because he's like, Sura's pick's coming up. I got to mush his pick. That's what Levi was thinking. So Yeah, I would never do that to the fellas. I don't know. I actually like the tweet, so I feel like I'm a part of it for even liking the tweet.
Oh,
So,
I did like the tweet. Yeah, I definitely felt really good.
yeah,
Really good.
I was riding on a high. I was riding on the high streak there, so I had to go for it. But yeah, Levi, cut that shit out, man. We can't be having that if you're listening to this.
You again. You said you were on. It was 5.5 for Draymond, right? Yeah.
Yeah, over 5.5. Are you on Are you on Caesars or MGM?
I was looking at MGM, and you're getting better line on at Caesars on that one as well.
Yeah,
that's good.
I find that Caesars has the when I'm doing before the show and I'm getting the lap. I find that Caesars frequently has the better odds compared to like MGM, but maybe that's just me looking at specific lines. But
yeah, some sports they tend to be better than others. I usually. I'm always looking at the three. I'm always looking at Caesars, MGM, and Bet Rivers. Bet Rivers usually helps me out a lot, but sometimes they'll be missing some markets. So, Abe, why don't we head to some college baseball, the College World Series?
Yes,
we're on to
this is why I woke up today is for Avery's fucking full card of college baseball.
Super Regionals just started. We're watching a banger of a game already. Texas and East Carolina, 12 o'clock. When an electric time to start. 3-2 East Carolina in the second here. But I got 3 plays I like. I'm going to bet every game pretty much all weekend. So I'll go into my first one. There's been a ton of line movement. I think it's just because you don't see a lot of action on these college baseball games. And then you see the first couple lines and you can get some sharp money on it right away. And it changes these lines incredibly. So I bet all these games yesterday. I'll give you like what the lines were when I bet them and what they are now. So my first play is going to be Oklahoma money line at Virginia Tech. I bet it at plus 125. It is even now. So Gavin Cross and Tanner Scoble are really good for Virginia Tech. But my dark horse to win the College World Series was Oklahoma. They had a rain delay in game 3 of their regionals where they were down 1 to Florida. They come back 7-hour rain delay. They come back, win 5-4 with 3 innings left to play. Peyton Graham is a stud for OU. Jake Bennett's going to be pitching. He's a left-handed pitcher with over a strikeout per inning. There's Griffin Green, who is not a strikeout guy, and he has a 1.49 whip for Virginia Tech. I think OU can come out and kind of shock the Hokies. It is in Blacksburg, tougher place to play. But I don't think that really matters that much here. I think I took it because of the odds. Now that it's kind of even, I would maybe look at it a different way, but I still think Oklahoma can win this game. I love them as moneyline dogs, but maybe if it was different today, again, I was saying I might look at it differently, but I still like Oklahoma to win here.
No, that makes sense. Again, you're losing like whatever. You said it was plus 20, plus 125 and now plus 100, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So losing a bit of value, but I mean, you're still getting them at plus money, so that's good.
Yeah.
The second pick is going to be Louisville money line at Texas A&M. I bet it yesterday plus 100. The line has moved to minus 130 now for Louisville on the road.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why I feel good. I'm putting this into the party parlay. There has to be enough sharp money to move this line that many points, right? Yeah. Or that much. So it's like people are seeing what's going on here. Jared Poland's going to pitch. He has 96 strikeouts and 78 innings pitched versus Nathan Detmer for Texas A&M, who has an over 1.35 whip. Louisville hit 348 as a team in their regional with 49 runs scored and 23 extra base hits in 5 games. Texas A&M is a tough place to play. They got some good players, but I think because of the sharp line movement, it makes me like this play even more. Yeah. And I think Louisville could be the right play here. So I'm going to take Louisville money line in this situation.
What time's that game at?
6, or maybe that's the 8 o'clock game.
Oh, it's 8:30. Yeah, I'm looking at the line here. Yeah, minus 130 at MGM. I'm gonna have to hit that. I'm never scared of like losing that type of value. Like you said, it just kind of tells you something about the game. There's some smart people that are on that side. So
that line movement, college baseball line movement. I wouldn't consider myself a big college baseball bettor, but now I've kind of turned into one, hanging around Avery a lot. But yeah, I think that's crazy. What did it jump like 100 to minus 130? That's nuts.
Yeah, no, it kind of makes sense. Well, it makes sense why it happens, but because there can't be a lot of bets on college baseball, I don't think people don't watch enough of it.
Now, do you make like if you had to say one of these was must watch, is it Auburn and Oregon State? Like those teams give me the vibes of.
Oregon State has a lefty. I can't even pronounce his name, but he's gonna go in the first 15 picks. He should be really good, I think. Do they even play tonight? I don't think they play tonight.
No, tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm just talking about like of these series, like which one is like.
Oklahoma
Virginia Tech sounds like it too, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all must watch. I think they're that good.
Yeah. Like even Tennessee minus 350 here on the money line today.
But I think if Notre Dame can kind of pull something, that's my third pick. I have Notre Dame, Tennessee over 10.5. Blade Tidwell, maybe the best name in all of college sports, is pitching for Tennessee against Austin Temple. Austin Temple isn't even Notre Dame's best starter. They have John Michael Bertrand, who is like first team all ACC. They have him going in game 2. So I think this could just be an absolute shit kicking by Tennessee. And Notre Dame last year, they played in a super regional against the eventual national champion in Mississippi State, and they put up big numbers as well. They hung with them. I think they got them to a game 3 of a supers. So I think Notre Dame can do their job by putting up maybe 3 or 4 here to hit this over. But I think Tennessee might just absolutely fucking wax them today.
So
that lineup's full of absolute killers.
So the thing that I'm thinking about is like, if I think about it in the mindset of I don't know who Notre Dame's head coach is, but he's probably thinking, let's see what happens in a game 1. And then I'll throw my best guy to be like, just get me to game 3. Anything can happen in game 3. I'm sure that's what he's thinking. He's like, I'm not going to throw him again. So I'll throw him once, see if he can single-handedly win me game 2. And just, if we get to game 3, maybe something magical happens.
Yeah. The problem is like, all 3 of Tennessee's arms are absolutely incredible that they'd start against. You don't see much of it in college baseball, but they had like Burns and Dolander are going to go, and they're very, very good. I got a couple leans. Well, I've taken them, but I'm not putting them on my card. I have Aaron Ashby over 5.5 strikeouts. I texted T-Mac that is the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. It is the Washington Nationals not striking out against left-handed pitchers, but Aaron Ashby just strikes out the whole world. So I had to be on one side of this just to see what was going to happen. So I'll just take the strikeouts for fun. Jose Barrios, his line has moved from 5.5 every time he pitches. It has moved down to 4.5. It is juiced to like minus 150, but I think it could be a nice little parlay piece for you if you're making a parlay today. So Jose Barrios over 4.5 strikeouts, and then a nice little plus odds. This is kind of a tough, it's not a tough one based on how good the player is, but Bryce Harper over 1.5 hits is plus 190 today against a right-handed pitcher.
Who do they have today?
He had a crank.
Oh, don't
they have Zach Gallen, D-backs.
Yeah.
Gallen's a good player, but if you get 5 at-bats and 2 hits, we're happier. I'll take a flyer on that plus 190.
Bryce Harper hit an absolute dong shot yesterday in that game good. Against the Brewers. Yeah. Avery, you said you're on Aaron Ashby over strikeouts, or your lean. Is that your lean?
I took it. Yeah, I took it.
Yeah, I'm on the Brewers Nationals over 8 runs as my party parlay pick of the day. I guess it's more of my Nuggets here, are on the National side. Eric Freddie, the Nationals actually have the worst starting pitching, or second worst in the MLB in terms of ERA at 5.35. Eric Freddie's allowed 10 runs in the last 2 starts, and that's only across 6 innings in those 2 starts. And I think this line is pretty low. It opened up at 8.5 and went down to 8. I think there's actually a little bit of sharp money on the under, but I am going to take the over. The Brewers bats have been horrendous. Like, they're on what I think they've lost 8 out of their last 10 games or something crazy like that. I think this is a good bounce back spot for the Brewers lineup against Eric Freddie, who's been not great, and the team ERA is not great either. The bullpen's not great. I think we're in a spot where I'm kind of talking myself into taking the Brewers team total. Even, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Or minus 1.5, but I do like the over 8 here.
And gives me,
I was going to say the team total. I didn't even look what the team total is, but I'm going to ride the over 8. It's too low for me. I like this total.
You know what?
So I'm going to ride that.
I only have 2 plays today. You probably see it on the screen, so I might have to add the Brewers minus 1.5. Avery,
I just opened up the sports book as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
What can I get? Where is this?
The Nationals pitching is horrendous, and is Ashby's a lefty.
Yeah.
The Nationals bats against left-handers or against left-handed pitchers are horrendous too.
They just don't strike out though.
Yeah,
they have the lowest strikeout rate against lefties.
I think Juan Soto's hitting like 180 against lefties, or even lower, something crazy like that.
Best I can get is minus 109 at Bet Rivers, minus 1.5. That kind of makes me feel disgusting inside.
I got mine. Yeah, Caesars has them at minus 110 on the run line. T-Mac, the Brewers.
Yeah, that's what Bet Rivers has 109, so not really too much of a difference, but. Chris said he the opportunity to cash it at the party parlay too. 4 times the money. That's nice. I didn't even. I couldn't do it. I couldn't look at it. Never look at it.
Brewers are the away team, right?
Yep. Well, if I'm taking the Brew, well, I guess you're
The Brewers team totals over 4.5, so they're covered. That's most of the money. They're assuming that the Brewers are gonna do most of the scoring today with that line, and the total sitting at 8. So, and it's a bit juiced at -120. So
I'm more combining Ashby and your over here is how I can combine them and see the one.
Yeah.
Even though I'm just riding with strikeouts and not really like to record a win or anything, but still, I'm gonna go. I think this will be our last play today. I'm thinking Roansy Contreras over 4.5 Ks. Now you can, I believe it was Caesars. I believe it was Caesars. Yes. Caesars had 5.5 at plus money, plus 110. So I might dip into that as well because over 4.5 Ks, the best price I can find is -145. So we're paying a bit of juice, but Roanzi's got some great stuff. He's gone over 4.5 Ks in 4 of his 6 starts. He's got a nearly 28% strikeout rate so far this season, 88th percentile in chase rate. I was diving even deeper. The deepest I've dove into a Statcast profile or not Statcast. What's the word I'm looking for? Baseball profile.
Oh, baseball. Okay.
His movement on his movement on his 3 core pitches, being his fastball, curveball, and slider, are elite. Like it's gross. Like his vertical movement is like one of the highest in Major League Baseball compared to average. So the Braves, just the perfect team. I tried to take an under Ks of Cole Irvin earlier this week against the Braves, thinking that someone could solve their strikeout issues, but nobody can. There's no pitcher that can solve it.
JT Brubaker diced them up a little bit yesterday too. He had 8 Ks.
There you go. So maybe this comes to an end, which might concern me, but it probably doesn't because it doesn't seem like it's changing. They've got a 26% strikeout rate against righties, which is the highest in Major League Baseball. It doesn't really matter what side of the plate you're throwing from or what side of the mound you're throwing from. You're still going to strike these guys out. They're just notorious for a really high whiff rate and high chase rate, like top to bottom. We're talking Ozuna, we're talking Acuna, Albies, Austin Riley. Doesn't matter who I say on that team. Every single guy has ridiculously high strikeout rate, chase rate, and whiff rate. So I love this play. I love this play. So we'll see what happens.
I'm a Roansy guy.
Yes.
I love him so much. There was a tweet. I don't have the tweet, but he has like so many similar pitches to an elite, like everyone's arsenal. Like he had a Chris Sale slider. They said movement, like split fingers and stuff. He's a guy that you need to know at some point if you want to win on player props, I think.
Yeah. And Ave did have him as a must-add early this season, but he got sent down and people were flaming him about that. And that was unfair because if you hung on to him, maybe his ERA is below 2. It's pretty.
I mean, he's like 70% rostered at to this point. Yeah.
There you go.
He's a stud. He's
going to be a stud today against one of the best teams in baseball. So I'm excited. I'm going to parlay my two props today too, because I like them both a lot. But
I just threw in a parlay too that I got boosted from BetMGM.
Nice.
So I took Roansy, Brewers -1.5 and over 8.5 in the Jays game.
Oh,
nice.
I think I'm going to ride the 1.5 as well. I think I'm going to ride the 1.5 as well. Everything at 7 tonight though, so everything's later. Nothing.
Yeah.
But party parlay. I know Cam got them to me for the graphic that we'll have out on the Twitter. Let me make sure I pull this up so I get the numbers right. We have Jaylen Brown under 24.5. We also have Sandy's putting the over in on the Brewers and who again?
Brewers and Nationals over 8.
Brewers and Nationals over 8. And then we've also got Avery going with Louisville money line. Probably going to find them at -130 now, but that's fine. We have this parlay built with them being at -130, I believe.
Yep.
Plus 485 today on the parlay. No plus 1700 like yesterday, but that's okay. 3 plays. We love these 3 plays.
Let's go. We love them.
Yes. We don't need Ryan. We don't need Ryan breaking the fucking parlay.
He didn't even send one today. He must be like so disgruntled about his performance yesterday that he didn't even take the time to just send in one pick. We might have to start a GoFundMe next week when he's back.
So bad because
help my brother out.
Literally the game before he had a great day. He literally cashed every play.
Yeah.
People don't remember that.
Short-term memory loss. Yeah. Short-term memory.
They forget it completely. That is gambling. I had someone in our Discord. I don't know if you saw Avery. He said he hates this show.
Awesome.
He hates the show?
Yeah, he said he hates the show. Which
one?
Huh? Somebody in our Discord.
Oh, in our chat. Okay. We'll have to have a talk with them.
Yeah. Go check out the Discord. Join the Discord. Cause we're getting hot. We're heating up. The fellas are heating up. So thank you guys for watching. We'll be back on Monday. Let's make some money. Tune into the Twitter. We'll have the parlay up there, graphic for you. And enjoy the weekend, fellas. Enjoy the golf course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You guys as well. Enjoy the weekend. Let's cash.
Thank you.